Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Man Cave Meals. This week, for the first official time, weather permitting, we are going to fire up this Alfa pizza oven, this wood-fired oven, and we're going to bake some pizzas to start with. I've got a lot of stuff coming up I want to cook on this oven, but we're going to start out with some pizza, and we're going to make one of my 3-day dough recipes because that's the best way to go. This is not going to be set up for simple pizzas. If you're into simple pizzas, you're not going to be interested in this video. We're going to take the 3-day dough, make some awesome stuff. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do to get this starter going is I'm going to measure out my yeast. And we're going to start out with a very small amount of yeast. I want about 0.15 grams. Somewhere between 0.15 and 0.2 grams. And if you don't have a scale that'll measure that, use a 1/4 teaspoon and then divide that 1/4 teaspoon into about 5 equal parts and use one of those equal parts. And the next thing I'm going to do is dump that small amount of yeast in 175 grams of cold water. That water is somewhere between 50 and 55 degrees. And then I have measured out 175 grams of King Arthur bread flour. And that's a really nice high protein flour, and I'm just going to stir that to get that all wet and get that mixed up. Don't worry about how completely mixed it is. We're just going to get all the dough wet, and we're just going to be left with kind of a shaggy mass like that. I'm going to put the lid on that, and we're going to let that sit at room temperature for 24 hours. Okay guys, we have let our starter go here for 24 hours, and that looks really good. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to scrape that out into my mixing bowl of my KitchenAid stand mixer. And to that, I'm going to add 140 grams of cold water. I'm making a roughly a 63% hydration dough here. I've got 0.3 grams of active dry yeast, which is exactly twice as much as we used to start this with. And if I didn't mention it yesterday, 0.15 grams is 1/5 of 1/4 teaspoon. So this is just twice that much. And to that, I am adding 325 grams more of King Arthur bread flour. And then we've got 10 grams of salt, and I'm just using kosher salt here. And we got 10 grams of extra virgin olive oil. So now we're going to put this on the mixer. Okay, I've got this on the mixer, so we're going to raise the bowl and mix it at a slow speed for about 4 minutes. And after that dough's come together here for about 4 minutes, I'm going to increase the mixer speed a little bit, and we're going to let it go for about another 7 minutes. Okay guys, we've got that kneaded up nicely, and that's a beautiful looking dough ball. We're going to take it out of the mixer. I'm going to pull it off the dough hook there, and this is a fairly tight dough ball at 63%, so I'm just going to pull that out of there, and we're going to drop that into a dough tub here. I've just got a little 4-quart tub. I'm going to pop the lid on it, and that's going back in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And keep in mind, you know, I told you this is going to be a 3-day dough, but so far, here I am on day 2. We're a little over 24 hours in, and I've got less than 20 minutes of hands-on time with this, so it's not really time consuming. So we will be back tomorrow for the next stage. Okay guys, here we are at 48 hours. I have taken my dough back out of the refrigerator, and I've divided it into 3 relatively equal pieces and form them back into 3 new dough balls. These dough balls weigh about 260 grams a piece. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to put these over in my dough tub. I've greased this dough tub. This tub's bigger than I need for this, but it's the tub that's part of the Alfa kit, so we're going to use this. This tub's big enough to hold 6 doughs, no problem. I've greased that, and I'm going to hit the top of these with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to help keep any kind of skin from forming on those. And we're going to put those back in the refrigerator for another 24 hours. And at the end of that 24 hours, these guys are going to be ready to make into pizzas. Okay, while we're in that last 24 hours waiting to make this pizza, we're going to make our pizza sauce also. I like to make it a day in advance to let the flavors really build up. So I'm going to start out with this large 800 gram can of whole San Marzano tomatoes. We're going to put those in the blender. I'm going to dump that whole can in here. And we're going to put the lid on. And we're just going to pulse this thing 1 or 2 times on the low pulse speed. And then we're going to strain that. I've got a fine mesh strainer over a bowl, and we're just going to dump that tomato in there just for a second, about like that. And then I'm going to return these tomatoes back to the bowl on the blender. And that juice that's remaining there, I'm going to put about half of it back in. I just want to thin this up just a little bit, and we're going to put that back on the blender. And to that, in the blender, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And I've got 1 clove of garlic here that I've run through the microplane grater to finely mince that garlic. That's going to go in. I've got 1/4 of a teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a pinch of red pepper flakes. I'm going to put the top back on, and I'm going to pulse that about 2 more times. Maybe 3. And that's going to go into a mason jar and into the refrigerator. That's our pizza sauce. Okay guys, we're on day 3 here. I've taken my pizza dough out of the oven. We're going to let it, I've taken the pizza dough out of the fridge to let it kind of acclimate to room temperature for about 2 hours. And I've got a couple of fire starters lit here and some kindling firewood. So I'm going to slide my fire grate right over that, and we're going to let that get caught up. And we're going to bring this oven up nice and hot to around 700 degrees. Okay, our fire's going nicely here, so I'm going to move the fire over to the left side a little bit here, and I'm going to use my brush to sweep that aside. And we're just going to let this keep burning, and I'm going to keep adding wood to it, and we're going to get it really hot. Okay guys, we are blazing hot, and our temperature here, as you can see, is up right at 700 degrees. And that's plenty hot. So let's make some pizza. Okay guys, I've taken one of my first pizzas here, and I've gone ahead and shaped it, and I'm going to toss it up here on a pizza peel that I have put a little bit of semolina flour on so it'll slide real nicely. And then we're just going to shape that back out, and we're going to top it. I'm going to use a little bit of homemade pizza sauce, just a thin layer of that, and I'm going to take just a spatula here and spread this out. And then the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to drizzle on a little extra virgin olive oil, and then we're going to take some fresh mozzarella, just tear a few pieces off, toss it on there, and then I'm just going to drop on a few pepperonis as well because I love pepperoni. And this guy is ready for the oven. And I'm going to take this and we're just going to slide it on there. And I'm just going to leave the camera running. Our oven temperatures come back down to about 650 or so. So I'm going to start my timer. And we're going to turn it after it's been in there for 45 seconds or so. We'll see what happens. We'll just watch that guy cook. I'll see if I can get the camera on it a little better for you here. The floor temperature in there was right at 650 when I put it in, so it's cooking right along. We've been in 30 seconds. Still going. Been in 45 seconds. So I'll reach in here with just a moment with our pizza peel when we get to maybe the minute mark. That good. That's 60 seconds, so I'm gonna give it a spin. We'll let that continue to cook. That one's cooking up nicely. It's looking real good. About a minute and 30 seconds in so far. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on the video, it's starting to bubble in the middle. That sauce is getting nice and hot. Those pepperonis are cooking. We've been almost here to the 2-minute mark. I'm gonna give it another little turn. We'll just keep our eye on this and let it cook up nicely. We're going to cook a second pizza here in a few minutes as well, so I'm probably going to toss another small log on there and let the temperature get back up, but we're going to finish this one up to where it looks perfect. We're about 2.5 minutes in. Coming up onto the 3-minute mark where I'm probably going to turn it just a little bit more. Well, that's looking nice. Some of that mozzarella is starting to get char spots on top, so it's getting really close. Maybe another minute or so here, and we're going to be close to pulling it off. We've been on 3.5 minutes. Oh yeah, we're looking good here. Now I'm going to dome this. I'm going to hold it up here in the high temperature at the dome for just a few seconds. Oh yeah. This pizza is done. So I'm going to take this out and we're going to have a little closer look at it. Okay guys, that's a beautiful pizza. So we'll get our second pizza going here in just a moment. Okay guys, I've stretched out my second pizza here, and I've got a little mixture here of ricotta cheese. It's got a little salt, it's got a little bit of garlic, a little bit of red pepper flake in it. So I'm just going to smear a thin layer of this out on this pizza. And then I'm going to hit this with a little bit of freshly grated parm. And then I'm going to grate on just a small amount of mozzarella. This is going to be a kind of a white pie, which is one of my favorite pizzas. And then I'm going to drizzle a little extra virgin olive oil on that. And now this one's ready to go to the oven. And our oven temperature is back up to 700. So let's put this bad boy on. Okay, I think you can see the thermometer there in the corner, so we're going to drop this bad boy on the stone, start our timer, and let's cook it. I'm going to leave the camera running again here so we can watch this one cook. This one may cook slightly faster than the last one, so we'll see what happens. It's been in for 15 seconds, and I'm going to turn it as needed so we don't burn one side of it. The side closer to the fire tends to cook slightly faster, so I'm going to keep my eye on it here. We've been in 30 seconds. Coming up to 45 seconds. Yeah, this guy's cooking slightly faster. I'm starting to get some of those leopard spots on the side here. So we've been at the 50-second mark. I'm gonna pull that back. We're gonna give it a turn. This one's cooking very nicely. Been there for a minute now. Oh, I can smell it too, so. Oh yeah. Been in about a minute 15. When you take these pizzas out and spin them like that, you want to put them back in the same spot they were. You don't want to put them in a new spot on the oven. We're here at a minute 30. Keep that turning. You can begin to see that leopard spotting over there on the right side of that one. We've been in a minute 45. There's a good bit of difference here in the cook time on this one versus the last one. This one's been in right at the 2-minute mark now, and it's just about done. In fact, it's gonna get a little dome here. And we're pulling that off. That's beautiful. Let's set it over here and have a closer look. That's beautiful. That's perfect. Let's have a look at the bottom here. See if you can see that. It's perfectly cooked. So that's another round of pizzas in the Alfa oven. I'm still learning this oven and still learning how to do it. I like to make my pizzas look beautiful, and I'm still learning how to do that, but this oven is amazing. So guys, it's dinner time. Until next time, John Setzler with Man Cave Meals.